you have a collectible like whatever, like a statue, yeah, something like this, right? That's our collectible. Impressive drawing skills here. So that's our collectible. So a collectible has two values, right? It has the intrinsic value of the brand, and it also can generate MCP. It will generate MCP, by the way. If you're buying the collectible and holding it, you get the MCP. So basically, locking away the collectible generates MCP. Okay, so that means that MCP is inflationary, because out of just holding something, you can generate MCP, but there's only so much of it, and that gets diluted. The MCP generator gets diluted because there are new drops and new collectibles all the time. So MCP goes up, right, all the time. Like the global MCP supply is going up. It's like fiat money, basically. It's going to be generated out of thin air. And then you can also have OMI, and also for OMI is like locked up, and you can generate MCP. Now the problem is, and MCP will go up, like inflationary, okay? But the problem is that if you have these collectibles, you don't need OMI. Unless these collectibles are too expensive to generate more MCP, or for you to get MCP, and then you have to go for the drops, and the drops sell out. So we can already see what the plan is here for VEVE, right? So at some point, people will have to need more MCP. So what makes people burn? Let's put it this way. Like, what makes this get burned, right? How do we burn MCP? Like, we burn MCP with stuff like where's the flower bomb here, with this flower bomber drop, for example. This Banksy drop, 250,000 MCP or 1 million MCP gone per purchase, right? And that is like an average. Let's say I'm an average user. I have 700 collectibles and I generate 850 MCP a day. So for me, a 250k MCP allocation I would, just for math's sake, I would more or less need 300 days to regenerate my MCP. 300 days, I don't know, energy, maybe draw the flower bomber. Okay, wait a second, this is very easy for me. Impressive, right? Oh my god, and another flower. Okay, but anyways, enough with the shenanigans. So this, the flower bomber, if you hold it, it also generates MCP, right? But so people burned 1 million MCP on the flower bomber. And by the way, energy, let me quickly know, it's like you're a whale. So energy is a whale. How many daily MCP points do you generate? Like 5,000 or so? So for energy to accumulate 100,000 MCP points, he needs 20 days. If he has 5,000 MCP generation per day. So he needs 40 to 50 days to be able to craft the ultra rare, and he needs 200 days or so to be able to craft the epic one, right? 8.5k. Okay, so he needs a little bit less than that, but I made it with 5k anyways. So that means energy, obviously, if there are more drops like this coming out, and he doesn't, like, the cooldown on the MCP doesn't go away, then he needs to buy more of the generating factors, right? The MCP generators. He either needs to buy more collectibles and complete sets, or he needs to buy more OMI and put it in the app, but that is kept at 10 million, right? So in total, that means for VEVE to re-stimulate the market, to reactivate the market, and to push collectible prices higher, they need to put in more MCP burning components, and that on desirable stuff. So they have to put out a variant in the drops with a high MCP value that everyone wants, so that people are burning through their MCPs, but they have to load up, because there are always people like me who don't spend their MCP on the flower bomber because they are speculating on there is another drop where then my chances are higher because I don't have to wait. For me, it would be 250, 300 days to wait. And I'm also I'm buying some collectibles because of that. I need more MCP, right? So they also should have, like, in every crafting, they should have a component of lower MCP where you have to use MCP for crafting so that this goes high. And then so that means that if people, at some point, people see, okay, every collectible is expensive now because the drops are scarce, I have to buy some OMI to supply this MCP outflow. So as long as MCP inflation is high, no one cares. But the moment that MCP gets scarce, OMI is necessary to get this MCP, because OMI also generates, when you hold it, they also generate tickets, right? Here, tickets. And these tickets can be converted into MCP, but no one would do that at the moment because you don't need the MCP. But if it gets burned, like we said, you will need it. You will need to do that. And this is how Ecomi will get utility if they execute in this way. Besides all that OMI to NFT and OMI in exchanges and OMI burns and catering to Web3, this is how they can do that. Now we will have to see how they will implement it, because we only saw one drop. And the picture will become clearer with the next drop. So what we already saw is that for some drops you can put up MCP to get a higher allocation, and that is still the case. So for today, there will be people burning MCP on today's Grail drop, right? On today's comic drop.